Hi, guys, and welcome to Ask Allie, your place for spiritual advice for busy people. Ask Allie is the longest running spiritual podcast on iTunes. I've been helping people there since 2005. You can catch the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, True FM, Google Play, and along with watching it on YouTube. Today is Monday, May 14th, 2018, and I want to thank you for tuning in and giving me a listen to. If you'd like to get a reading, find out more about me, or support the podcast, I'll put the information below in the show's notes. And don't forget, if you like this episode, please rate it, especially if you're listening to it on iTunes. Well, if you're watching the video instead of listening to this audio-wise, you're going to notice I got a haircut. I did. It's really quite messy right now, but yeah, 28 years was the last time I had short hair. And I'm loving it. I love the fact that I'm in the shower and it goes boom, 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 and I'm done. This is what I call the lazy person haircut because that's what I told her I need. She knows me. That's why my hair has been in a ponytail for 28 years. I just want to comb my hair and go. Don't want to screw with it. I screwed with my hair enough in the 80s to last me an entire lifetime. So I don't want to do it anymore. But despite how disheveled it kind of looks right now, I love my short hair. Love, love, love. It is brownish red, the base, and then I have blonde highlights. And it's short, I guess, right below my earlobes, in case you're not looking at me right now. So, yay. I thought it would be a good way to bring in my 51st year. Onward and upward, right? And speaking of onward and upward, if you would like to have an account at Soulful Connections, that's a new connection site I am starting that connects soulmates with interest in metaphysical things, anywhere from astrology to Zen. It's free to sign up. If you want perks, you can have perks. Those you would have to pay for, but it's free to sign up. It's free to connect. It's free to search. Just go to meetsoulfulconnections.com and sign right up. It's a piece of cake. And again, it's free. If you would like to try out the premium things on Meet Soulful Connections, the one-on-one chat and video and stuff, send me an email to alliethies@yahoo.com, or I am me in one of the social medias that I belong to, and give me your username, and I'll upgrade you to premium for a month so you can try everything out. But again, it won't cost you anything. If you don't want to go with premium, if you like, this is fun to try out, but I'd rather stay free because I can still connect to other people, that's fine. You'll just go right back down to free and cool. But if you're trying the premium, I would love for you to give me feedback on what works, what doesn't work, because I'm trying to tweak the site and I can't do it by myself. I need help. So if you could help me out, I'd greatly appreciate it. Soon, I'm going to have a link up there for what is your energy core color. What color does it vibrate to? And there will also be a spot in your profile for you to check which color you vibrate to, because certain colors work well together and other colors don't. Again, this doesn't have to be a romance site unless you want it to be. It can be a place to hook up for OBE sex. It's totally up to you. It's just for people who have like interests in metaphysical subjects. Okie doke? Okie doke. Meet Soulful Connections. The URL is below in the show's notes. What else is going on? Oh, tomorrow's the 15th. Uranus goes into Taurus. For those of you who are Taurus, like yours truly, it's going to be a shakeup. It really is. It's going to propel us in directions that we didn't think we'd head into. Now, for me, the only direction I could think of that I wouldn't head into on purpose would be to get into a relationship, because I've been very happily single for 11 years. So that is the only big thing that I think that could wow me into a different direction. But I could be wrong, because again, it's supposed to come out of left field. But with be nice, and that's something else. With Uranus going into Taurus tomorrow, Tuesday, May 15th, and it also being the only new moon in Taurus tomorrow, my animals are freaking out. I mean, it usually is full of commotion here. That's just what happens. Right, Lucky? But yesterday and to the last couple days, and today especially, they're off the charts. They are attacking one another. It's crazy. They're literally trying to climb the walls. And my poor dogs, they're just trying to hide. The energy is overwhelming them so much that they don't want to do anything. They just want to say, leave me alone. Right, Zena? She says, right. So be prepared if you have animals. I mean, the energy is going to come in with a big wham tomorrow. I did this picture for my group, the people who support the podcast. And you see this big red right here, for those of you who are watching the video, that is the wham that comes in tomorrow. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad wham for most people, but it is a wham nonetheless. If you try to fight the wham, it's going to be difficult for you. It's not going to be an easy day. It's not going to be an easy week. If you just say whatever, you don't have to like it, but if you just say whatever and go with it, the energy will go a lot easier on you. And again, if you have animals, be prepared, especially if you have cats. This energy is not easy for them to handle. The last time Uranus went into Taurus, I believe, was right when we're still in World War II. I think 1942. I'm pretty sure 1942. So it's been a while since it said hey. Now this has been in Aries for the last 8 years. Think about where we were 8 years ago compared to now, especially with social media. I mean, Uranus went in there, and Uranus, I believe, is technology, also technology based, or not technology based. It represents technology, among other things. But where we were 8 years ago with social media and smartphones to where we are now, it's night and day. 8 years ago, we'd have no idea that the President of the United States would get his message out to his peeps by going on Twitter. I mean, huh? Never would have thought of that 8 years ago. Never. So this Uranus and Taurus is going to make a lot of changes for people, especially if your sun sign's Taurus or if your rising sign is Taurus. But wherever Taurus falls in your natal chart, you're going to see a boom and a twist. It's kind of what it is. And on it's my sun's sign. It rests in my 7th house, which is relationships. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens, but that's coming up tomorrow. If you like to write yourself an intention, write it on a nice piece of paper, stick it underneath the crystal, put it in your window so that the new moon light can come down on it, that would be a great idea for tomorrow, because this, again, is the only new moon in Taurus for 2018. So you might as well take advantage of it, along with the big whammy energy that's coming with Uranus. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, that's how I say it. So, anything else that I can think of? No, except I have one more Monday of work that I have to survive through. And then it's 2.5 months off of glory. Not that, I'm wishing for it to show up at all. Yeah, this explosion, excuse me, of energy also happens with the little kids on my bus. They are pretty enthusiastic. Now, speaking of enthusiasm, let us head to the Oracle card overview of the week. There it is. It is Denise Lynn, the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. And let's see what we got. Now, remember, guys, it's an overview. So not every card I pull is going to pertain to everybody, although these cards always seem to go together. Excuse me, lucky. They always seem to go together in a nice little row, but still, it's an overview. If you want cards specifically geared towards you, please get a reading. And again, my readings start at $25. So it's not that bad. $25. You ask me a question, I give you an answer. and follow-up questions to the stuff I give you are free. I haven't been this affordable since, well, I started doing readings online, which was back in 2001. Call me crazy. Of course, some people have. Huh. All right. So, let us pick 3 cards. We have 1, and a 2, and a 3. All right. Let's see what we got here. Interesting, especially with all the energy that's coming in tomorrow. The first one we've got here, guys, is rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering in your life. So what's going to show up? What kind of blessings are going to show up for you this week? Now, keep in mind that blessings don't necessarily mean money. Blessings come in a variety of forms. It can be money. It can be a new job. It can be a job promotion. It can be your boss saying, good going. It could be you find a book you've been longing for. It may be an idea you've been searching for. Maybe pictures you've been dying to find. But there will be some sort of blessing for most of us this week. Rainbow blessings. Now next, we have valiant courage. Take action with passion. Take action this week. This isn't a time, even though there's going to be a lot of red energy and a wham and a twist this week. You grab onto the wham and the twist and you take action. Action. There's a lot of red. Now, with that red, not only is there a lot of, oh my God, there's a lot of passion. Passion. Passion fuels things, as long as you don't get stuck in your head with the red. Red's a wonderful color, red energy. The biggest downside to having a lot of red energy is it gets you stuck in your thoughts. It gets you worried. It doesn't allow you to propel forward. But if you use the red energy, you've got the thought, and you don't sit there and worry about it, you take steps, it's going to work. Whatever it is, it's going to work. And last, but certainly not least, we have rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present. You know, a lot of times, I would say a good majority of us, we all have something in our past that's just weighing us down. And it could be an opinion we have of ourselves, or the way we have a memory. You know, our memories are not, video. They're not an exact representation of what actually happened. They're the bits and parts that we remember, and we put them together usually to evoke a good emotion from us. And if we're not having a good emotion, then we usually put together to evoke a horrible emotion, because we like to be horrible to ourselves. I don't understand that. I don't know why we're horrible to ourselves as humans, but we are. You know, we don't allow other people to treat us like crap. I don't understand why we allow us to treat us like crap. It makes no sense, right? Okay, so the 3 cards again are rainbow blessings. So we're going to have some blessings this week. Love blessings. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. Whatever it is you've got on your plate, get a move on. It's time to get going with that. And rejuvenating rain. You're clearing the past and you're going to heal the present. When you push the past away, then your present has a chance to heal. If you're holding on to the past for whatever reason, your present doesn't get a chance to heal. That pain does not get to go away. And I think the biggest thing for myself that rejuvenating rain, what it'll do for me personally, is I've got to let go of that house. Of course, it's not a house anymore. It's an empty flipping lot. And I get so angry. My red gets up for that. But that right there is something I have got to let go this week. I have to. If I'm ever going to move on, if I'm ever going to move out of this area, which is something I've wanted to do forever, then I have to let go of that. Because if I keep thinking about the empty lot, even if it's just a few days a week, although I will admit I think of it every single day, still, it anchors me to that property. And if I'm anchored to that property, I can't move forward, which means I'll be stuck here longer than I need to be. And nobody wants that, including me. So, rejuvenating rain. I like that one. You know, one thing I forgot to mention in the introduction is with Meet Soulful Connections, with Soulful Connections website. I was going to do a column, a Q&A, kind of like the old Ann Landers. You ask me questions about love, and I give you responses. But I'm thinking I would just turn that into a podcast and screw the column. Because people like, you're listening to a podcast right now, so people like to listen to a podcast. I don't think I'll do it video right now, although I would like to turn it into a video live radio show. To do both at once. I think that would be awesome. But I think Soulful Connections podcast is a good way to start. And that will strictly be Q&A. You guys send me questions and I give you my 2 cents. So there is a form on the Meet Soulful Connections website where you can click on it and send me a question. So go ahead and do that. And I'm going to start the Soulful Connections podcast as soon as school is done. All right. All right. So I forgot to mention that. Now, this brings us to the topic of the week. The topic of the week is 3 reasons to run away from your problems. I know, you heard me correctly. I'm going to give you 3 reasons to run away from your problems. Now, I know what you're thinking. Run away from my problems. What good does that do for me? Right? Because granted, we have all heard the saying that no matter where you run from your problems, they will follow you until you deal with them. So if I don't figure out my problems and find solutions to them when I'm sitting here in Ohio, if I move to California or to North Carolina, I'll take them with me. They'll just have a different location, but the problems will still be there, right? Now, so I totally agree with that. If you run from your problems, they'll follow you until you deal with them. So how does running away from your problems help? Well, I'm glad you asked. The first thing is running away gives you some space from your problems, even if it's only for a day. The space you get by running away, even with a short amount of time, can give you a different perspective on problems, helping you come up with solutions. So even if you go to the next town for a day, call off work and just go someplace for a day, it can help give you a different perspective, which is sometimes needed when you need to find solutions to your problems. We can be too close to our problems. They can be right in our face, and we don't know what to do because we can't see the big picture. We're looking straight at the actual problem. So getting away, even for a day, can help you have a new perspective. 2, running away gives you time to de-stress. Because we all know when we have problems, it creates a lot of stress. It does. It's easier to lessen the stress you're feeling if you're not into the thick of things. Less stress gives you energy for solutions. Okay, and the third thing, running away gives you time to hang out with friends and open up on what's going on. A lot of times we don't like to open up. We don't like to call our friends and say, yeah, man, it's falling apart. I need to get out. Can I just come and see you? Or you'll call up and say, hey, Sue, I'm going to stop by tomorrow. Is that okay? And Sue's thinking, you haven't been here in like a year. Not sure why. Okay. Must be something important. And then you go talk to Sue because Sue is totally removed from your problem. Sue can help you see the big picture. Sue can help you open up. Friends can give you solutions that you never would have thought of. My friends growing up, I don't really talk to them a whole lot, not all of them. In fact, probably rarely any of them. But But if I were to call any of my old high school friends up and said, hey, mind if I stop over and say hi? They would be wondering, why? They'd definitely be curious. And by going to them, they're completely unlike me. They would be able to give me a different perspective on my problem. They would be looking at it differently. They wouldn't be attached to a solution. They wouldn't be attached to a problem. They could look at it objectively and give me different ways to go. Right? Right. So that is why those 3 ways can help you with your problems. Running away for a short period of time does help. 1, it gives you space, so another perspective. 2, it gives you time to lessen your stress. And 3, it gives you time to open up and talk. Nobody is an island. We cannot go through life as a party of one. We just can't. Humans are not built that way. Okay? Okay. So, here we are at the end. I want to thank you for joining me for Ask Allie. If you like this episode, please rate it and tell your friends. The more people who listen, hopefully it can help them have their aha moments. Join me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can find the podcast at outofbodyecstasy.com or askalleypodcast.com. You guys have yourself a fabulous week. And provided I survive this week with my kids and the energy, I'll catch you next Monday. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.